Live. I think we are live. It's India versus Bangladesh in the Super 8s, and a win today for India would all but seal their place in the semis. Yes, they need another fixture to go their way. Where if Australia beat Afghanistan tomorrow, they'll qualify for the semis. But yes, I think a victory today should all but seal their place in the semis. Love, the toss is done. Please provide an update first up. What has happened in the toss?
So obviously, toss was won by Sri Lanka, and they have opted to bowl first. But the good side is that Rohit Sharma actually said that he wanted to bat first on this wicket. So both the captains, I think, got what they actually wanted to do on this wicket. And the big thing is that the Bangladesh skipper,
Yeah.
he actually said that we will restrict India on a small total. That's our plan.
In
Because-
your dreams, Bangladesh. In your dreams.
And he said because we know the pitch, we know the wind condition and all. But then, come on, guys.
See, I agree.
Even if no matter what total India gets, do you actually realize that what type of a bowling attack this team has? You automatically add 30 runs to whatever India gets today, right?
So much confidence, okay, in India's ability. Let's not forget a few games between these two sides have been very close in the past. Even the 2016 T20 World Cup game,
yes.
how India was this close to crashing out of that World Cup. And I remember because that game was happening in Bengaluru, okay, and that final over, once Hardik Pandya was teaming in, you thought India might lose this, boss.
Yeah.
India
lost
it. Actually, everybody thought India are out, and then some magic happened.
2 runs in 3 balls they needed.
Bangladesh celebrated way too early. Mushfiqur Rahim, I remember, was
the bat and all,
pumping his fists and all that. And then
hopes crashed
Ravindra
down.
Jadeja taking that catch at deep square leg and then rolling over the turf.
Yes.
And then that Dhoni run out, boss. How many of you remember that Dhoni run out? I'm sure plenty of you do. Because Dhoni was like, I don't know, he was prowling like a tiger, waiting for, and the non-striker could not even reach the striker's end for that single, and Dhoni had run him out. Terrific. That game I remember.
Absolutely.
But let's hope this game is not that close.
But whatever happens, the fact remains that Bangladesh hasn't beaten India in a T20 World Cup ever. So that remains.
They came
Even
close.
if India won by 1 run in that match, but they have never beaten India.
They came close, but they did not beat us at all. So talking about the team, love, India are unchanged.
Yeah.
And no surprises there, right?
No surprises. Yes, people were actually talking about the fact that how Sanju Samson could have been tried in this match, but I feel no, you actually went in with a combination and you have been successful with that, right? Had you lost a game, then probably yes, we would have thought on those lines. But at the moment, I don't see any changes in this team apart from the Rockstar. Because I always say that
love really wants Ravindra Jadeja to be replaced by somebody else.
See, I had 2 theories in mind. If you wanted to drop Ravindra Jadeja, you could have brought in Siraj. But if the team management feels that no, you actually want to go in with 3 spinners, then this is it. And the other one was that just in case that you wanted Virat Kohli to once again bat at number 3, you could have brought in Yashasvi Jaiswal and that would have been fixed. So fourth, you would have sent either Suryakumar Yadav or Rishabh Pant. Anyone would have taken that, and by that you would have dropped Shivam Dubey. But if you don't want Yashasvi Jaiswal or Siraj in the side, I think no point bringing in Sanju Samson at the moment. Let it be. Don't fix which isn't broken.
Love really loves Sanju Samson. He's a little heartbroken, that he is not in this 11. But talking about Bangladesh, see the challenge for India, yes, I think they're relatively new to the conditions.
Yeah.
Bangladesh lost that last game against Australia at the same ground. So they know a bit more about the conditions. But at the same time, you have to say that India definitely are favorites, even though they haven't played here before. Because they are actually, India, I believe, are much better side. And I don't know, people will say, Bangladeshi fans will say that India, okay, are not that great. We have beaten them in the past. But boss, never in the T20 World Cup. You came this close also and then could not beat us. You should have beaten us in 2016, but that did not happen.
Okay, so we have a comment by Rashi Chaudhary. He says that India must need Rinku Singh. I think she is...
Shalini is not here with us.
Shalini related to Shalini. Otherwise, against big team, there are batting order collapsed. Shivam Dubey and Ravindra Jadeja, she says that can be left out for now. But then again, we discussed the fact that for Rinku Singh to make it to the playing 11, he
Some-
needs to be in the first 15 squad, right? He's
So-
part of the reserves.
For people who don't know this, see, Rinku Singh is part of the reserves, and if nobody gets injured in this squad, he
Yeah.
cannot replace anybody.
cannot replace
In the middle of the tournament, you can't just say that okay, Rinku is coming into the side and he's going to be drafted immediately. If somebody gets injured, then
Yeah.
India will put out a release, I'm sure, and say that Rinku has been drafted in. But they've done it in the past, perhaps, said that somebody's got a niggle, guys. Like even the 2023 ODI World Cup, you remember how Akshar Patel randomly got a niggle, even though people thought he's going to be back after 1-2 games. The guy was left out of the T20 ODI World Cup squad because they said his niggle is actually worrisome and that injury is way bigger
keeps
than
on
what we
happening,
thought.
keeps
earlier.
on happening in Indian cricket, right?
Yeah.
But then I still feel that Bangladesh, yes, you cannot take this side lightly. This is the T20 World Cup, right? And any side, may it be USA for that matter, can spring in a surprise on their day. One or two good performances from any
Only
of
if you're
those sides.
Pakistan. Only if you're Pakistan.
See,
that is how
when-
you should have said it.
when-
you are
I'll
our
tell you something.
perennial
I'll tell you something.
Pakistan lover.
When in your dreams. So whenever I talk about a particular team or a particular competition or a record, that actually doesn't count Pakistan because they don't qualify for that, right? They don't qualify for being talked about.
Yeah.
Okay, so Siddhant, I was thinking about this fact that you keep on saying this thing that India needs to lose one game, but
Not
do you
against Bangladesh.
actually no? But do you actually feel that there's a chance, or is it even possible for a side in this type of a setup that if they lose one game, they'll be out of the competition? They can be. So I don't think that India can afford to lose any game from here on. Yes, you had that luxury in the group stage that if you might lose one game, you still qualify. But I think in the Super 8s, you need to win all three games.
No, love, I disagree here because see, as I said, the perfect story would be, you know what? Perfect story
We'll be
would
under a lot of pressure.
would be losing to Australia in that third game, beating Bangladesh, so that you
Okay.
have qualified for the Super 8s. If Australia win tomorrow against Afghanistan,
That's
you
what
would
I'm
have
saying. What if
qualified.
Afghanistan win and they go on
If
to beat-
Afghanistan win, then of course, if you have to win your last game, then it goes out of the picture. But I am saying if Afghanistan don't win tomorrow, then India can lose to Australia, and I'm okay with that. You will put that one loss, every World Cup. I'm always worried that don't be this team, the form team, where you are winning everything before reaching the knockouts, because then you end up losing one or the other. You are not Australia that they win every game and lift the cup.
We are
You are
India. We
And
are India. We can do that much better.
no, India have not done that much better.
We
Please.
don't have that confidence,
India
yes.
have always finished top of their group, top of the league stage, and then once they go into the knockouts, they somehow lose the semis or the final. I don't want that anymore.
That's what the history
And-
says. He's right on that.
Yeah, so I don't want that anymore. I believe India should lose to Australia in that final game, and then beat England in the semis. Hopefully, take the revenge for the 2022 T20 World Cup, and then come final time, let's hope India faces Australia again, and then avenge that 2023 ODI World Cup final defeat. Travis Head should get out for a duck in that game. That also I want.
Siddhant, this is the last time you're talking about this. I'm telling you on the show. We'll now keep it at that.
No jinxing
and
it.
Even if India lose to Australia, we'll not talk about that until the final.
No, I will keep repeating it.
No, you cannot. We cannot jinx it.
I'm not
if
jinxing
everything
it.
goes
I'm manifesting it.
yeah, so if everything is
manifesting
going
it.
by script, by chance India lose to Australia, we're not talking about this anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's predict. Let's come to that and put our thinking caps on for once.
I was very close last time around.
That's why I was coming to that. That I want you to predict so that you can influence me a bit and I can probably predict a score closer to that because you are the magician here, right?
No,
You predicted 183 in the last match and India made
Fell short by 2
181
runs.
because the last ball was a dot ball and we actually thought that 2 runs इतना तो हो जाता है last ball पे
बिल्कुल हो जाता है.
and we thought this is going to be 183 but then okay
boss,
predict today.
It's very hard to predict on this ground, you saw South Africa scoring 196 if I'm not wrong against
Yeah.
USA on this ground, and even
USA
USA
came
putting
close.
out they did not come very close, but got still relatively close than what people expected them to be. But you look at what games had happened in the past. That I'm not sure. I think so. Namibia made only 72 against Australia here. Oman
Doesn't
were
even count.
Oman were bowled out for 52 on this
That
ground.
also doesn't count.
Okay, I get it. Those guys are associate nations and all that, but for that matter, 194 in one game, 52 in another, 72 in another, 54 in another. So I am now gonna say a middling sort of score just to balance it out. I think India gonna score 173.
What
173.
balance? What
10
balance?
runs. 10 runs I have reduced from last time, yaar. 10 runs.
10 runs. You're saying 173 and wickets. Let's predict the full score, na.
Predict the wickets. Today Virat 50 is coming. I am hoping so.
You're saying this since 6 matches.
Since 6 matches. No, I never said it in New York. I said no, New York, nobody will get a 50. So, okay. I'm going to say 173 for 5.
173 for 5. I'll say 165 for 6.
Okay, and we'll come back in the mid innings and discuss it then.
Sure. Let's see
Yes.
who wins.
Anyway, hope to see you guys in the mid innings break after we have seen how India fare with the bat, and then we'll talk about their innings for sure. So, until then, see you.